Picture this: a defiant state governor stands before a roaring crowd, declaring, "We will not bow to Washington." Federal troops mobilize. Streets erupt in chaos. Could one state's rebellion unravel the entire American experiment? Stay tuned as we dive into this political thriller. At the heart of American democracy, the Supreme Court serves as the final arbiter of the Constitution, with its rulings enforceable nationwide via the Supremacy Clause in Article 6. Yet, history is riddled with defiance, from southern states resisting Brown v. Board of Education in the 1950s, leading to federal troops enforcing school desegregation, to more recent tensions post-2022's Dobbs decision overturning Roe v. Wade, where states like Texas have pushed boundaries on abortion enforcement, clashing with federal interpretations. In today's hyperpolarized era, with ongoing disputes over immigration, such as Texas's Operation Lone Star defying federal border policies, or transgender rights bans in states like Idaho and West Virginia challenging court precedents, a full-scale rejection could trigger unprecedented fallout. These real-world frictions make the hypothetical all too plausible. Lurking beneath the legal facade are potent enforcement mechanisms designed to maintain order. The President holds the Insurrection Act, invoked historically like in 1957 for Little Rock desegregation or during 2020 protests, allowing deployment of federal troops to quell unrest. Congress can wield the purse strings, slashing federal funds, billions in highway, education, or Medicaid grants that states rely on, as seen in threats during the 1980s drinking age debates. The Justice Department might pursue lawsuits or arrests of state officials for contempt, backed by FBI investigations. These levers, often unspoken, ensure compliance but come at a cost. Their use could inflame divisions, erode public trust, and invite international scrutiny on America's stability. But wait, the plot thickens. Defiance isn't new. Recall the 1832 Nullification Crisis, where South Carolina nullified federal tariffs, prompting President Jackson to prepare military action while Congress passed a compromise force bill. Or Andrew Jackson's infamous disregard of the 1832 Worcester v. Georgia ruling protecting Native American lands, reportedly quipping, "John Marshall has made his decision, now let him enforce it," leading to the Trail of Tears. Fast forward to today, with polarized issues like gun control post-Bruin decision or election integrity challenges in 2024, a state's outright rejection could exploit partisan gridlock in Congress, turning legal battles into street-level confrontations or even cyber escalations from foreign actors sensing weakness. Building on these historical echoes, let's explore three plausible paths forward, clarify for clarity, starting with the direst outcome. Worst-case scenario, Scenario 1. In this nightmare, the defiant state activates its National Guard, barricading borders or enforcing local laws in direct opposition. Federal forces intervene under the Insurrection Act, sparking armed skirmishes that spill over. Protests turn deadly in major cities, stock markets plummet 20% amid trade disruptions, and allies like NATO question U.S. reliability, potentially fracturing the nation into polarized blocs reminiscent of a 21st century civil war, with long-term economic scars costing trillions. Neutral case scenario, Scenario 2. Here, the standoff drags into prolonged litigation across circuit courts, with the federal government imposing targeted sanctions, freezing $50 billion in annual funds, crippling infrastructure projects. Public opinion shifts as job losses mount, forcing the state to negotiate a partial retreat. While order restores, institutional faith wanes, emboldening future challenges and deepening national divides without immediate violence. Best case scenario, Scenario 3. Optimistically, the crisis catalyzes bipartisan urgency. Congress convenes special sessions to amend ambiguous laws, incorporating state input on issues like healthcare or rights. This fosters reforms, such as updated federalism guidelines, rebuilding trust, and preventing escalation through collaborative governance, ultimately strengthening the union's resilience. Reflecting on these paths, Defying the Supreme Court tests the very fabric of our shared democracy, a reminder that our union thrives not on force, but on mutual respect and open dialogue. In a world of differences, embracing empathy and collective wisdom can bridge even the widest chasms, fostering a society where justice serves all. Remember, all scenarios depicted are hypothetical constructs generated by AI for discussion purposes only. If this sparked your thoughts on American resilience, hit that like button, share with a friend who loves deep political dives, subscribe for more thrilling analyses, and drop a comment. Which scenario do you see as most likely, and why? Let's keep the conversation going.